Imagine walking into a warehouse where a giant television is selling for less than you'd expect online. The rotisserie chicken costs just $4.99. The exact same price Costco has kept for decades despite rising inflation. A hot dog and soda combo still costs only $1.50, a price that hasn't changed since 1985. Everywhere you look, prices seem almost too good to be true. Now imagine that the company offering all of these incredible deals is worth hundreds of billions of dollars and consistently generates billions in annual profits. At first glance, none of it makes sense. Traditional retail teaches one simple rule: buy products cheaply, mark them up, and make money on every sale. The bigger the markup, the bigger the profit. Costco appears to ignore that rule completely. Instead of squeezing every possible dollar out of customers, it deliberately keeps prices remarkably low. In many cases, it limits its markup to around 15%, while many traditional retailers apply markups of 25%, 40%, or even higher depending on the category. So the obvious question is, if Costco makes less money on every product it sells, how does it keep making billions? The answer has almost nothing to do with groceries. And once you understand it, you'll realize Costco isn't really in the retail business the way most people think. It's running one of the smartest business models ever created. To understand why, we first need to look at how almost every other retailer operates. Imagine a normal supermarket. Every product sitting on the shelf has one job: generate profit. If the store buys a coffee maker for $80 and sells it for $110, the $30 difference helps cover rent, employee wages, electricity, transportation, and hopefully leave something for shareholders. That's the traditional retail equation. Higher markups usually mean higher profits. But there's one major problem. Customers hate high prices. Retailers are constantly trapped in a battle between maximizing profit and staying competitive. Raise prices too much and shoppers go somewhere else. Lower them too much and profits disappear. Most companies spend years trying to find the perfect balance. Costco chose an entirely different strategy. Instead of asking, how much profit can we make from today's shopping trip? Costco asks, how can we convince this customer to keep coming back for years? That single shift changes everything. Because once a customer pays to become a member, the relationship is no longer based on one transaction. It's based on loyalty. And loyalty is worth far more than a larger markup on a single carton of milk. This is why you'll often find Costco selling products at prices that leave competitors wondering how they're making any money at all. Sometimes the answer is they barely are, at least not from the products themselves. That's because the real engine behind Costco's profits is hidden in plain sight. Every customer must pay before they're even allowed to shop. And that simple requirement transforms the entire economics of the business. Before a customer buys a single apple, television, or pack of paper towels, Costco has already been paid. That changes cash flow. It changes customer behavior. And most importantly, it changes where the company's profits actually come from. Because while millions of shoppers are busy hunting for bargains inside the warehouse, Costco is quietly collecting billions from something most people barely think about: its membership fees. Membership fees are the foundation of Costco's entire business model. While most retailers depend almost entirely on selling products at healthy margins, Costco has built a second revenue stream that arrives before customers even begin shopping. Every year, millions of members pay an annual fee simply for the privilege of entering a Costco warehouse. That might not sound revolutionary, but the numbers tell a different story. In fiscal year 2024, Costco generated more than $4.8 billion in membership fee revenue. Unlike product sales, these fees require almost no inventory, no shipping, and very little additional operating cost. They flow into the business with extremely high margins, providing a steady stream of predictable income regardless of what members purchase on any given day. This allows Costco to make decisions that would be nearly impossible for a traditional retailer. Instead of maximizing profit on every item, it can afford to keep prices exceptionally low because the membership fees are already helping cover a large portion of the company's operating costs. The strategy creates a powerful incentive. If customers are paying every year just to shop there, Costco has one priority above all else: make that membership feel incredibly valuable. That's why you'll often find prices that beat supermarkets, electronic stores, and even many online retailers. The cheaper Costco can sell products while still covering its costs, the happier its members become. Happy members renew their memberships, and those renewals are where the real magic happens. Rather than constantly chasing new customers, Costco earns recurring revenue from existing ones year after year. The numbers prove just how effective this strategy is. Costco consistently reports membership renewal rates above 90% in the United States and Canada, with worldwide renewal rates hovering around 90% as well. In most industries, keeping 9 out of every 10 customers would be considered extraordinary. For Costco, it's become the norm. That level of loyalty gives the company something every retailer dreams of: predictable cash flow. Before a new fiscal year even begins, Costco already knows that billions of dollars are likely to arrive from renewing members alone. Think about the difference. A traditional retailer has to convince you to visit every single time you need groceries or household essentials. Costco only has to convince you once a year that your membership is worth renewing. After that, customers naturally want to maximize the value of the fee they've already paid. Instead of shopping elsewhere, many members shift a larger share of their spending to Costco simply because they don't want their membership to go to waste. Psychologists call this the sunk cost effect. Once people have paid for access, they're more motivated to use it. Costco quietly turns this basic human behavior into one of the strongest customer retention systems in modern retail, creating a cycle where low prices encourage renewals, renewals fund low prices, and the cycle repeats year after year. Membership fees may provide the financial foundation, but they aren't the only reason Costco consistently outperforms many of its competitors. The company's next advantage is something most shoppers never notice. It sells far fewer products than a typical supermarket. Walk into a large grocery store, and you might find more than 30,000 different items lining the shelves. Visit a Walmart supercenter, and that number can exceed 100,000 products. Costco takes the opposite approach. A typical warehouse carries only around 4,000 carefully selected items. At first, that sounds like a disadvantage. Fewer choices should mean fewer sales. But in reality, limiting selection makes Costco far more efficient. Instead of ordering small quantities of thousands of products, it buys massive volumes of a limited number of items. That gives Costco enormous bargaining power when negotiating with suppliers. Manufacturers know that winning a Costco contract often means selling millions of units, so they're willing to offer significantly lower prices than they would to most retailers. Costco then passes much of those savings directly to members, reinforcing its reputation for unbeatable value. This limited selection strategy creates another unexpected advantage. Shoppers never know exactly what they'll discover during each visit. Alongside everyday essentials, Costco regularly introduces seasonal products, premium brands, luxury watches, high-end electronics, furniture, and even unexpected items like gold bars. These products often appear in limited quantities and may never return once they're sold out. That uncertainty creates what retail experts call the treasure hunt effect. Customers aren't just shopping for groceries. They're searching for surprising deals they didn't expect to find. A member might walk in intending to buy paper towels and leave with a patio set, a new laptop, or a discounted designer handbag. The strategy increases impulse purchases without relying on aggressive sales tactics. Every visit feels different, giving members another reason to come back regularly. The more often members visit, the more value they feel they're getting from their membership, and the more likely they are to renew it. Once again, every part of Costco's business model strengthens every other part, creating a system that's remarkably difficult for competitors to replicate. Another reason Costco earns billions while keeping prices low is a brand that millions of shoppers trust just as much as, and sometimes even more than, the famous names on the shelf. It's called Kirkland Signature. Introduced in 1995, Kirkland isn't limited to one category. You'll find it on everything from bottled water and coffee to batteries, olive oil, clothing, vitamins, paper towels, and even premium spirits in certain markets. Unlike many private label brands that compete mainly on price, Kirkland focuses on delivering quality comparable to leading national brands while still costing less. Costco works directly with manufacturers, often partnering with the same companies that produce products for well-known brands, but sells them under the Kirkland name. Because Costco avoids many of the marketing and advertising costs that traditional brands carry, it can offer lower prices without sacrificing quality. As customers gain confidence in Kirkland, they become less concerned about brand names and more focused on value. That strengthens customer loyalty while also improving Costco's overall profitability, since private label products generally provide better margins than national brands. Costco also spends money in places where many retailers choose to cut costs. The company has long been known for paying employees higher wages and offering stronger benefits than much of the retail industry. At first glance, that seems like an expensive decision. Higher payroll should reduce profits. But Costco views employees as an investment rather than an expense. Better pay helps attract experienced workers, reduces turnover, lowers hiring and training costs, and creates a better shopping experience for members. Employees who stay with the company longer become more efficient, process customers faster, and understand the business better. That efficiency is critical because Costco operates with a surprisingly lean workforce relative to the enormous volume each warehouse handles. Combined with rapid inventory turnover, where products move quickly from suppliers to customers instead of sitting in storage for months, Costco minimizes storage costs, reduces waste, and keeps cash flowing through the business. Every decision supports the same objective: lower operating costs, lower prices for members, and a business model that grows stronger as customer loyalty increases. By making billions through efficiency instead of high markups, Costco proves that sometimes the smartest way to earn more is not by charging customers more, but by giving them a reason to keep coming back. By now, it's clear that Costco isn't successful simply because it has low prices. It's successful because every part of its business model reinforces the next. Membership fees help fund lower prices. Lower prices keep customers loyal. Loyal customers shop more often, allowing Costco to buy in larger quantities, negotiate better deals with suppliers, and operate more efficiently. The cycle keeps strengthening as the company grows. The numbers prove it. In fiscal 2024, Costco generated nearly $249.6 billion in net sales, more than $4.8 billion in membership fee revenue, and approximately $7.4 billion in net income. Membership renewal rates remained around 93% in the United States and Canada, with worldwide renewal rates above 90%. That gives Costco a steady stream of predictable revenue before many customers even begin shopping. So why doesn't every retailer copy Costco? Because the model depends on trust. Customers won't pay an annual membership fee unless they're confident they'll save more than it costs. Costco has spent decades earning that trust through consistent pricing, efficient operations, and exceptional value. Without that loyal membership base, the strategy simply doesn't work. The biggest lesson isn't about retail, it's about incentives. Most companies try to maximize the profit from every sale. Costco focuses on maximizing the lifetime value of every customer. That single shift influences everything, from supplier negotiations to employee pay and product pricing. The famous $1.50 hot dog and the $4.99 rotisserie chicken aren't just cheap products. They're symbols of a promise that Costco will continue delivering value long after today's shopping trip is over. And that's how a company that refuses to charge high prices has built one of the most profitable and trusted retail businesses in the world.